building is very, very key and germane. In fact, this is a very good time to discuss it, especially in our present contemporary Nigerian society, where there are a lot of division within us because of a lot of issues that have generated heat. Go to the east, there are challenges there. In the southwest, there was a time OPC was the issue. I think that one has already calmed down. If you go to the north, they have their own issues. So but each of these are embedded in the foundation of this country. And we cannot continue to talk about peace building in order to have a stronger nation. As I want to conclude, we cannot follow exactly some procedure. There is no procedure that is one. You have to use all. You have to marry all and look at the situation on ground to be able to know. You cannot use one method for every conflict. Though there are principles that are timeless and firm, yet the application of these principles may be flexible. You have to be flexible. And some people by nature are more sensitive than others. So I said, be wise and be sensitive to the matters of the moment. If anybody is being picked up to be the person to mediate, to be the third party, he needs to be sensitive, and is an assignment that calls for a lot of integrity, a lot of dexterity. You need to ask yourself, what are the real issues? If you are looking at the conflict between ASU and the federal government, and there is an arbitration, or there is a third party mediating between the two parties, the first thing to say is, what are the real issues? You don't, when you want to cut a tree, you don't cut it, you have to do what? You have to go to the foundation. So these are the part of the things that need to be looked into. Ask yourself, what are the real issues? This will give you focus to your discussion and prevent rabbit trails in all directions. When discussing the difference between people or parties, try to think through the symptoms to locate the root cause. You have to look at what led to what. What led to this issue of the challenge to the government in the East? It's a long story. What led to the challenge when OPC came up? What led to the issue of people saying they want to police themselves? And I used to tell people, government is government. Government will not allow its duties to be taken by anybody. And also policing, centrally, everywhere, globally, policing can never, the police job can never, will never be given to any other organization. If you like, call the police to 20. Remove federal safety, remove security defense, remove the police as an organization. The functions can never and will never be given to any other organization. But the truth of the matter is, how many of us have been able to encourage the good ones to come into the police? And that is where the conflict resolution proper is being done. When you have conflict in the house, where do you go to first? It's the police station. So if you don't have people that have that mindset to resolve matters with a lot of big heart to resolve it, you cannot resolve all these matters. So we need to ask ourselves all these questions. Try to narrow things down to one. When you are looking, do not let your emotions run out of driving recklessly. Let your mind regulate the heat of your sentiments and the emotions of the moment, like a thermostat regulates the temperature. So when the discussion is being made and the negotiation or the mediation is going on, you see somebody just get up and just make a comment that will hit the whole environment. So these are things that we should try and avoid. Then decide your rules of engagement. If you are going to mediate, you say, okay, I will listen to 10 minutes from this side. After, I will listen to 10 minutes from this side. Then after that, I'll give you 2 minutes to round up. And then I'll give you 2 minutes to round up. And you see, you just have to remain unbiased, remain fair to the two sides. Don't use any language that will be seen as if you are supporting one party against the other. You decide all these rules before you go into negotiation. So this is how you resolve issues, and then the initiative should be taken ahead of the commencement of the proceedings. You don't bring up unrelated points of reference. Then every conflict situation has its peculiarities and should be treated accordingly. So I want to appreciate this little time. It's a topic we can go on and talk for hours, but I just put this down for us to be able to know, because I know the Rotary focus on peace building. We've been doing a lot, so we cannot be continue to talk about peace building within ourselves. Even when God created us, we were not the same, and so we need to bring ourselves together and then be able to manage ourselves, concede for the other person, and then give and take is always a language. I want to thank you for your attention. God bless you.
Thank you, our DG sir, VIG sir. Actually, you all have to pardon me because I want to sing that my voice is frog voice, so please bear with me.